I'm sick with the talk.
It's the NFL on EA Sports as you get a look inside Gillette Stadium here in Foxborough. All the success in New England over the last few decades, and this crowd has never been more enthusiastic. A moment ago, the Pats emerged from their locker room. They are set as they'll square off with the Jacksonville Jaguars. Stephen Gostkowski now has this one teed up, and we are underway from Gillette Stadium. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. 180. Ricky.
A first carry for Leonard Fournette. And he'll push forward for about 4 up to the 23.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
To throw on 2nd and 6. Foles finds his tight end Oliver here outright. And they'll bring him down at the 27-yard line. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a third down. An early test, 2 plays in. This is 3rd and 2. Now Foles. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Dante Hightower drops him for a loss of 12, and it also brings up 4th down. On 4th down, on is Logan Cook to punt. Back deep for New England, Julian Edelman. Fielded at the 33. So possession goes over here on the punt. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at the 45. Sony Michel, his first carry. And he'll be taken down just shy of midfield after a gain of about 4.
When we see those runs to the perimeter, when we see those runs to the edge, we think about big breakers, don't we? In this case, it was a modest gain, but it does open up possibilities here on 2nd down.
He's coming.
From just shy of midfield, Brady. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Picked by Ronnie Harrison. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown.
Now, that was a beautiful play. A pick 6. How would you punctuate something like that, partner?
What do you mean, with an exclamation mark?
Exclamation mark, a big word. What would you do with that?
Ampersand?
I like it.
Extra point tacked on by Lambeau. And that makes the score 7-0.
Jaguars 7, Patriots nothing. Josh Lambeau set to kick off.
So they throw the pick 6. They'll get another shot at it now as this one's in the air. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time.
Let's go, D, tighten up. Let's go, D, tighten up.
This drive starts out on the ground with Michel. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up. I know what you're thinking out there. I know a lot of you are thinking, take a shot downfield. It's a great spot for it. I'd say maybe later in the game, definitely in the second half. But right now, I think they were just trying to get some momentum built. Get a first down, pick it up, and keep moving.
Shadow!
On play action, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Took a shot there on first down, but he couldn't reel it in. Ben Watson was the intended target. Tight end, but it's going to be second down. Brady's incompletion on first down leads to a 2nd and 10. To throw again, Brady. Oh, he can't get away, and Brady will go down. Like a freight train off the edge, Calais Campbell with a sack.
You know, on these types of plays, we're always looking to assess blame. Okay, where did it break down? Sometimes it's just a great play.
Here's Brady to throw. Into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey, and they will set up shop in enemy territory at the 42-yard line. They told us repeatedly earlier in the week in our meetings, we need some plays from our defense here on the road early. They got one.
And don't think they were above all week long pointing out to their defense that the other defense is rated higher than them. You going to let that happen, guys? Is that how we're going to play? And they responded to the challenge.
Now the result here, a pickup of 8. Leaves them with 2 to go on second down.
Next, the receivers help spread the defense out, and they were able to come through with a slashing run.
But to that point, it's going to be interesting to see the personnel chess match as this one progresses.
Yeah, you're exactly right. Can they continue to create running lanes out of passing sets? And if so, it's going to be a long day for the defense.
And he'll work it inside the 30 to the 29-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
2nd and 2 is prime time for a little bit of a gamble, isn't it? Open up the playbook, go play action, toss that bad boy deep. But in this situation, go ahead and give it to your back. Let him pick up a first down. Keep the sticks moving.
Fournette, a first down carry. And only able to muster a couple down to about the 27.
Well, we saw him there trying to get it to the outside, trying to get to the perimeter, but not a whole lot of room there. But there's got to be one positive to that. If you keep moving laterally, creases tend to develop as the game moves on, and they can run it back inside later.
The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Foles. And he goes down. It's a Patriot sack. Dante Hightower picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. He was trying to keep his eyes downfield. Nobody came open.
He's trying to do everything that he had been taught, right? Every bit of the technique. But if no one's open, there is no technique except make sure you hold on to the ball as you go to the ground when you're getting sacked.
The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack. Foles. Flushed out right. And a big loss here as he's taken down. Mike Bennett, he's the one to get him this time, and back-to-back sacks brings up 4th down. Here's Logan Cook now as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. Yards that time on the punt.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. And job one here, Charles, just keep possession of the football. 2 drives, 2 turnovers to this point.
You're exactly right, Doctor. Hippocratic oath. First, do no harm. And right now, they're harming themselves on offense.
I like that. No one is mistaking me for a doctor, though. But thank you, Dr. Davis.
Partner, I think from our experience together, we have learned that most offensive coordinators are going to tell you, if I'm going to run the football on first down, I've got to get at least 4 yards. They got 5 here. They got to feel pretty good about that one.
Tackle that time by Ronnie Harrison.
Partner, we know today's NFL is really built around the guy throwing the football. But these short runs, they still pay dividends because they can take their toll on a defense, and they can add up as the game goes along. You control the clock, you control the ball, and that way you often control the game.
And he'll have his man. That's Edelman. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, they were in search of a short gain on third down, and they wind up nabbing over 20 yards. 2 minutes on the clock, second quarter, 7-0 ball game. We remind you that coming up in 2 minutes' time, we'll hand you off to Orlando, where Jonathan Coachman will have highlights and analysis of this first half of action. Now this one is tight end out on the right side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New England. Benjamin Watson. 43 yards. And the Patriots are within an extra point of tying this one up. Extra point good by Gostkowski. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That's fielded in the end zone. And they'll have excellent field position to begin this drive as he's all the way up to midfield at the 50.
Well, that return gives them a golden opportunity to go out in front. How will the defense respond after giving up that type of a return?
Very good starting field position for the Jaguars offense as they come up 1st and 10. They go play action here on first down. The Pats are going to get there. Down he goes. Michael Bannon able to get in there for his 2nd sack of the afternoon. They come up on 2nd and long, and the pass protection just has not been there this afternoon. Looking to throw. He's going to sling this deep downfield. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Keelan Cole, the intended target, and it's 3rd down.
Let's go!
Check, 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 check.
Go, go! Down to me!
Now back to throw. And almost picked off. I guess the good news for them now, it's 4th down. Problems on 3rd down so far in this first half. Relatively small sample size, but they're now 0 for 3.
And the average in the league, somewhere around 40% on 3rd down for offenses. So what's the answer to this? Either convert them or don't get to 3rd down in the first place. Get your big chunks of yards on 1st and 2nd down.
The Patriots take over 1st and 10 at their own 20-yard line.
Out comes the New England offense to see what they can do this time. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You can never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity. Well, partner, they're not content to run this one out as we head towards the half, trying to hit a big chunk play right there and add to their score.
Now, this is a confident group. At the very least, they're thinking field goal.
Yeah, and I don't blame them one bit. I don't think you sit on the ball going into the half when you have a chance to put some more points on the board.
Now the Patriots going to use one of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with just under 50 seconds remaining in half number 1.
Yo, slam, slam, slam. 44.
Check it.
Mike, 44.
On first down, Brady.
Time go.
Looking for White on the deep ball. And Brady going to be intercepted a third time. Picked off by Jalen Ramsey.
And that's now the second time he's picked off a pass here in the first half alone. Again, another great read defensively. And you just see him get in the right position to make the play and get his guys the football back.
And out now comes Jacksonville as they get ready to go. So far, they've had 3 drives, 3 punts. Not good.
Not good indeed, because you've got to have something to show for being out on the field. Now, sometimes, if you have a game where neither side has scored, 3 punts isn't a bad thing.
And time finally runs out. He can't get rid of the football, and he's taken down. And on that one, the protection just broke down.
You've got to have that leverage, don't you? We always talk about low man wins in the running game for an offensive lineman versus a defensive lineman. It's essentially the same thing in pass protection. Get lower than that defensive lineman so that you can keep your balance and keep him away from your guy trying to throw the football.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. The Jaguars on third down. 0 for 3 to this point. They could use a conversion. This will be 3rd and 15. They'll look to throw here. He's going to let this one go deep. The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by Patrick Chung. And he will be out of bounds as time has run out on this first half. So we've hit intermission. It's halftime. This is the NFL, and it's a presentation of EA Sports. All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Set and ready to go for the second half. 1 touchdown apiece, 7-7 our score. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. So Brady and the Pats take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. They start the drive with White. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
The throw over the middle taken in. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. Well, even after all those interceptions, he's not deterred, still confident to go deep at work there.
I think all the old rules about playing that position still apply. If things go wrong, you still act like you're the best player out on the field. You still carry that supreme arrogance with you and continue to fire the ball. I've seen guys have games like this, and this is where you find out if you're great or not. Can you overcome some interceptions and still lead your team to victory? I think it's okay that they didn't get a whole lot on that play, but it's nice to have a safety valve that's built like this guy. Big target.
Rush coming, and he's taken down.
So if we recount real quick, he had the touchdown earlier, and now he comes up with the sack here. No doubt about it, he's having himself a game.
Tough spot for the Pats now after the sack as Brady will lead them up 3rd and long. Now Brady. But he will have a man, Demaryius Thomas. And he goes down, but not before getting this inside the 25. Call that a very strong gain of 24.
Wait, push it. Tighten down. There you go. Here we go. Motion. 44 is the mic. 40. Rip. Here we go, D. It's just me. No,
from the gun, it's Brady. And that is incomplete. Showed off the arm strength there, but to no avail. 2nd down.
I know you felt like saying touchdown there, didn't you, partner? That looked like a sure 6 points, but the contact jarred it free.
Got his hands on it, could not hold on through the end of the play. Brady's incompletion on 1st down leads to a 2nd and 10. Meanwhile, the throw by Brady knocked away, incomplete. The linebacker, Miles Jack, able to knock that one away. So back-to-back incompletions. 3rd down here in 10, but you're still in field goal range.
And that's the thing to keep in mind. They're in field goal range. So now you don't take any unnecessary risks, but you try and find a way to get back to what you were doing earlier in the drive in order to finish this one off.
They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
29, Alpha. Here we go.
Here we go.
They'll try and run for it on 1st and goal. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield.
Well, it's been the air game that's taken them down on this drive before they finally turned around and handed it off on the last play.
And now they're looking for the big boys to get him in the end zone. Couldn't do it there.
It'll be interesting to see. Offensive lines had to pass block.
In trouble, and he'll go down back at the 12. Calais Campbell showing his strength and quickness there. A loss of 4.
2nd goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football. Had to eat it and ended up on the ground.
They need to reverse the trend. The last 2 plays have gone backwards. Now it's 3rd and goal. They go play action for White. Now it's Brady. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. Well, so a drive that spans all that time, and yet you may only come away with 3 points here.
Well, your defense, all right, they actually like these long drives. They get to rest over on the sidelines for a while. But when you're not finishing with points in terms of touchdowns, that's frustrating. They've got to figure out how to close out these long drives and get 6s instead of 3s.
Well, close game, second half. You obviously hate to leave 3 out on the field.
Especially in a game like this when you know points are hard to come by. That was one of their best opportunities so far, and they come away with nothing.
180. 2 right here. Rip left, rip left.
Trying to get the run game going. This is Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage here. Back to his own 18. A loss of 2 there. 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd and 12, Foles looking left side. That's complete to Oliver. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. Back now in Foxborough. All even as we get ready to start the 4th. The Jaguars on 3rd down. Not good. 0 for 4 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. He'll look to throw. And finding Keelan Cole. A pickup of 24 on the 3rd down conversion.
Partner, this is one of the best routes anyone can have in their offensive playbook. Tough to defend because you think it's a go route, and then he breaks it back on the comeback. There's one other thing you need as well.
A well-thrown ball?
Exactly right. You have a guy who has some precision in throwing the football because of the timing of the route.
Here's a throw that's taken in out of the backfield. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. Another good gain. That's now 35 yards combined on those last 2 plays. And now a throw here secured by his running back out of the backfield. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35. Same exact result as last play, a pickup of 11. Now a run. This is Alfred Blue. And that one blown up quickly as he's going to be stopped before he could even get started. Call it a loss of 2 on the play. And it'll be 2nd and 12.
At the 36-yard line.
20. Let's get off the field, D. Let's get off the field, D.
Here we go on 2nd and 12. And he will not be able to get away as Foles is taken down. Mike Bennett able to disrupt yet another pass play. That is his 3rd sack of the afternoon. Well, Foles and the Jags now have to deal with a 3rd and long after that sack.
Hey, we got 3 down, 3 down. Hey, I got number 8.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Oh, it's a screen pass. That's complete. Well, the screen gets 7, but it's not enough, and it'll be 4th down. Instead of throwing it downfield, Charles, they just tried to dump it underneath there. You like the call?
I do. I think it's a high percentage play because you get the completion, and what you're counting on is your back to use his legs and his elusiveness to make people miss and pick up the first down. In this case, it didn't happen.
Tie game, 4th quarter, and they're going for this thing on 4th down. They'll drop to throw. This is Jeff Swain, the tight end. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Jags come up empty on 4th down. And the Patriots defense is going to take over on downs. Brady and the Patriots now 1st and 10 at their own 27. Brady gives to Michelle. Call it a gain of 4 on 1st, and that'll make it 2nd down.
Well, we all know the guy carrying the ball is going to get the credit both in the stat line and probably in the newspaper. But guess what? Those guys creating holes, they couldn't feel better about themselves right now. Offensive line, tight end, probably even the wide receivers are involved. They're moving the ball well.
So the Patriots with a football as we get you reset. They've got a 2nd down now as they search for a score to break this tie. 3 yards is half of what they needed. Now can they get the other 3 here on 3rd down?
And that's one of the reasons you like to blitz even on run downs. It confuses the blocking assignments. It doesn't allow those offensive linemen to get up to the 2nd level.
Brady to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete. This secondary as a unit, they've worked really well together in this one, especially late.
A lot of cohesiveness, a lot of communication, and some great athleticism. They're playing so well now, a nickname is sure to follow. They're going to have to name this whole unit soon.
Well, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3. He hits his target, left side, Watson. And unable to break away. They stop him a few yards shy. The Patriots come up empty on 4th down. And the Jags take over in terrific field position. From the 34 now, here's 1st and 10. Running left, it's Fournette. Now that play is blown up, losing yardage back at the 35. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down. He already has 2 sacks to his credit. Now another tackle for loss.
And you know how you can always identify who was supposed to block him? They're the ones helping up the person who just got knocked to the ground with the ball, right? Whether it's a running play or a pass play, they've got to figure out a way to slow him down. Maybe you chip him with a 2nd guy. Maybe you just out-and-out double him. Maybe you make sure you take the ball and throw it as far away from him as possible. Because right now, he is wrecking things for them.
That one good for 20 on the catch and run.
And after that completion, you can understand why so many teams in the league are emphasizing speed on defense at every position.
And he can't get a throw away. He's taken down. Dante Hightower getting him once again his 3rd sack of the afternoon. So that complicates things a bit here. 18 yards to go now on 2nd down. Now they get the timeout. It leads you to wonder, will they kick it here or risk running another play and possibly not getting down in time? We'll see. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. And we've got a timeout. 9 seconds remaining. So now the onus will fall on the shoulders of Josh Lambo. His first attempt of the afternoon, and it's for the win. This one back in. It's no good. Wide to the right, and a costly one there as this game remains tied here in the 4th. So it's an empty possession, and as a kicker, not the way you want to start your day's work.
And now each team's missed a field goal here so far, Brandon, so apparently neither guy is immune.
Now a play fake here on 1st down. And Watson has it right side. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work it across midfield. It's a little teaching moment here. Overtime rules. Remind us how this goes, partner.
Okay, so in the past, we had sudden death. First team to score wins, but no longer. Now, if the team receives the ball, scores a touchdown, they win the game. If they kick a field goal, though, or don't score, the other team gets a possession. And after both teams get a possession, then we're into sudden death. First team to score wins the game.
That'll be taken in the end zone. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
Let's go! First and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Here we go, D. Here I come again. Here I come again. Here I come again.
Now Foles. Eluding the pressure, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Michael Bannon. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon. And no matter what the situation, the O-line just hates that because they feel like they didn't protect little brother back there, right?
Man, that's just so difficult for them because just think about every single play. When you decide to throw the football, you're dealing with some of the best athletes on the planet. You talk about guys, if they weren't playing football, they'd be starring in the NBA at power forward. It's really a difficult task.
Probably thinking they got to be careful not to force anything here in overtime. This is 3rd and a mile right now. Back to throw here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Dante Hightower. Who else? He's in there for his 4th sack of the afternoon.
We've watched this a long time, and I still don't believe we get it. 3rd and long. Why are you calling play action?
Because they're not going to bite defensively, right?
No, not at all. I did have a coach explain to me years ago that for some teams, that's how they have to deal with pass protection and their line blocking. But to me, it seems silly.
Yeah, well, they're silly, and it leads to a play-action sack. A good return there, 17 yards. And this offense, they're going to have excellent field position. They take over with a 1st and 10 on the short side of the field.
Hey, go 66. We taking wins home.
Get him!
Play action. Now it's Brady. And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The end result, 21 yards. And you definitely could make the case we might not even be in overtime had he not thrown 3 interceptions in regulation. But looking better here so far in OT.
Yeah, and when you think about what a coach is thinking at that point, because normally you've thrown 3 picks during the game, you might craft your play calling to be a little more careful. Not in this case. The green light still on for him.
And he'll be tackled at the 23 after a gain of 3. And that carry probably not so much for yardage, just to get the spot that you want to kick the field goal.
And any yardage you gain there is really kind of gravy, and this just becomes what my old coach used to say. Get into position to be in position. And that's what they want, the right spot for their kicker to line up the field goal.
And I know you, with every carry, especially in overtime, you're just saying, if you're that ball carrier, hold on to the football.
Hold on to it, protect it, but not necessarily settling, because you're trying to get to the end zone. You're trying to end the game right here. And I know the defensive guys poking, clawing, raking, trying to knock the ball free and protect their end zone.
Yeah, like you alluded to, especially this part of the field.
They tried to run right into the teeth of the defense on 3rd down, but looked like those teeth were pretty sharp.
They were having absolutely none of it. Stuffed them for a loss.
Yeah, couldn't get any leverage up front and move people aside in order to run the ball.
So he missed his first attempt, remember, but this time he gets back on the bike and knocks it home.
Yeah, and sometimes that first one can really impact you moving forward. It can just stay with you too long and affect everything else you do during the game. In this case, though, able to shake it off. He's riding high again.